Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to day 58. We're in week 12 of commercial diving school. In this video, I'm going to be talking about everything that I did today. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and leave any comments or questions for me in the comment section down below. So for today, we're burning and welding again. And by burning, I mean either cutting or using a oxy-acetylene torch to cut metal. So I decided to burn or cut all day today since I welded all day yesterday. So I got to do that the whole day. It was super fun. Like I went from zero, like knowing nothing, to knowing at least a little bit and actually being able to cut metal. So I feel pretty good about that. But anyways, the day started off like right away. We got our tools and everything. So after I got my safety gloves and my jacket and the torch, I went out to the station. And then right at the station, there's your oxygen bottle and then your acetylene bottle with the hoses and regulators already hooked up. So for torch burning, you can actually use propane as your fuel as well. But at the school, we're using acetylene. So for those of you that don't know, burning with a torch, you basically have a torch that's about this long. It has a nozzle on the end that kind of goes like tapers down to like a tip. And then you have two hookups or connections that you can hook up the hoses to. One hose is your oxygen, that's going to be a green color, and then your fuel, which we're using acetylene, that's going to be a red color, and then you hook both of those lines or hoses up to your torch. And then you, on both your oxygen bottle and your acetylene bottle, you have regulators. Regulators are basically two gauges and an adjuster knob. The gauges, one of them is your pressure of the bottle. So for example, our oxygen bottle has, up to, about 2,200 PSI, pounds per square inch in it. And then your second gauge on your regulator is going to be regulating your flow of how much you want, because you don't want that 2,200 PSI coming straight out to your torch. You want it to regulate down to the pressure, like a low pressure right around 40 pounds going to your torch. So, and then you have an adjuster knob that adjusts how much you want going to your torch. So you adjust it to 40 pounds. So you have that regulator for your oxygen, and then you have another one, separate one for your acetylene tank. So once you have your tanks, your regulators, your hoses, and your torch all set up and ready to go, then you're ready to light up your torch. So basically you have a flint lighter, and it basically, you squeeze it and it creates like a spark. It like sparks off little like the flint material. And what I did was I was cracking open my fuel a little bit. So the acetylene valve on the torch, because there's two valves, one's for acetylene, one's for oxygen, and then you have a trigger or basically like a, I don't know what you call it, like a lever, I guess, a lever. I don't know why I couldn't think of that, but what I would do is I would open my fuel a little bit, and then I would spark it, and then I would get like a regular, like, orangey yellow flame coming out. And then once you get that, I would turn up my oxygen valve, and then that would start shooting out like a blue, almost like a jet stream about that long. And then right at the tip of the torch, you have little tiny cones. And you want them to be nice and, good shape of a cone with like a blue color to them. And then once you got that going, that you're ready to go. You should hear a noise too. Like you should hear like kind of like a like sound. And I don't know, I've heard that you should hear like a tiny like whistle sound to it too, and that's kind of another indication of, you know, how you should set your torch to burn. So basically, once you're all set up and everything, you should have already, like, before you light up your torch, you should have already grabbed like a piece of scrap metal from the scrap bin, and then you should have it on your workstation already. So I cut like various things today. Like I cut pipes like about that big around and about that long. I grabbed a bunch from the bin, and I was just like cutting slices off about that long. So I would take the pipe and I'll cut like a little section off. Okay, cut another section off and another section off, and just keep practicing, just kind of getting better at it. And then I would grab like plates. I would like cut, you know, try to cut as straight of line as I could, because if you've never used a torch or burned before, like a good practice to get better at is to cut as straight of a line as you can, because that's just gonna help with whatever job you're trying to do, because usually you're either trying to cut something to dismantle something or destroy it and, you know, cut it all up, or you're trying to like burn like a perfect like line for somebody else, like a pipe fitter or something like that, I guess. I'm not too sure what that is, but I heard like just from people talking that, you know, pipe fitters, you know, if they can cut, you know, straight lines, then the welders are really happy because they'll get something like a nice product. And basically that's what I was trying to do yesterday, was have the burners and the welders work together, and the burners could cut out like good pieces for the welders, and the welders could you know, weld stuff together, obviously. But anyways, I had a lot of fun with it. It's really fun, like cutting something, because when you get the torch down on something that you're cutting, it especially with the face masks, they have like a green tint to them. So when you're burning that, you know, that red hot look that metal gets when it gets super heated, yeah, that looks green with the face mask, and it just looks radioactive. It looks really cool, like, you know, you would see in a movie or a video game, like something glowing like green, like lime, you know, that super glowing radioactive green. And then you pull the trigger or the lever on the oxygen, and then you just start, you know, a hole punches through the metal, and you just start cutting away the metal, and it's a lot of fun, and I'm glad I got to do it. I'm excited to do more of that, but I'm mostly looking forward to welding as much as possible this week. So I'll definitely let you guys know what I weld or how it goes and all that stuff. But as far as footage of what I'm doing, I'm gonna try to get stuff tomorrow on film. Lots of welding, maybe some burning, and I'll try it. What I'm trying to do is get the most footage that I can, and so that I can get it all in a video for you guys, so you can watch and see what it looks like. Because, you know, sometimes it's a lot better to see the video than to listen to me talk. So I'm gonna try to do that as best I can. But anyways, that's all I really have for this video, you guys. I just basically cut metal up all day with the torch. So if you have any more questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. But thank you guys so much for watching. More on, you know, the rest of the welding stuff this week coming up. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching again, and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and leave any comments or questions for me down below. I will see you in the next video. I hope you guys have a great one. Peace.